Hey guys. Let me turn that light on. And let me turn that light off. Right back. All right. Sorry about that. Last time I did some work on, basically I'm trying to get the scene animated, and basically the thing in the scene I'm trying to get animated are the background colors, and kind of just doing a slow roll to get that working. Mostly because yeah, I just don't have the time to really dedicate a lot of time, so I'm just trying to kind of keep this ball rolling. Now, yesterday, after my video, I actually had two interviews. Um, so that was pretty cool. I thought they went okay. It definitely didn't get to ask as many questions as I wanted to in the second interview because I kind of got a last minute call from work saying, "Dude, you were supposed to be at work today, but the schedule had changed." But I didn't. I wasn't unaware of the schedule change. Um, but I also did not really get a chance to do any coding on this yesterday. So I started to do some coding today on it, and I was like, you know what, it might make sense just to do sort of the debugging. So basically, the problem I was having, let me just reload this thing. The problem I was having is when I come into a scene, um, we the dogs are wrestling. When I come into the scene, and if I make the scene animated, and then I come over here, and this is to be expected because I knew I hadn't coded the animation tab to handle the new thing. Um, but if I click over, and I have the console over here in this left, so if I click this and I go like to Y position, everything's fine. But if I go to the red, boom, I get an error. And so like I said, I've said before, these can these console logs errors can be a bit tricky because it's kind of hard to figure out, okay, what matters, what do I care about. So I can tell you right now, I've never found any one of the, like if it says core or signals or any of the sort of zone, none of those have ever been useful for me for figuring out what is causing a console error. This, in effect, may possibly property component.ts might possibly be it. This animation property component, and then this. So basically, what this is saying is that I believe what it's saying is that the original origin of the problem started here, and then what, or maybe it started here and then it ended here. Um, this is like in the HTML. Sometimes it would be in the HTML, like if you're using a pipe or something like that, and there's nothing. But I don't think so in this point. So it's saying that, hey, there's something wrong when it's trying to get the selected property name. So I just, from clicking around, that was not the issue. The other one that is not the issue is this one, animation property component. Um, so it's saying that when it's trying, this call was made and something broke in here. So that was on the component on line 117. And then a couple of lines later on 119, there was also an issue. And again, I don't really get this whole train of things, but I always know that one of them is the issue, and I do know right off the bat that it's one of these three that are issued. I generally exclude these, um, any of these. So, and then the error says it can't be read the property of undefined. So I'm gonna go to this guy. So it's saying that it can't read the property of undefined. So that would make me think, oh, is table data filter undefined? So let's say I put a console log there, and then let's just do this. So we know it. We don't have a console error at this point. It works fine. So I'm just going to clear the console. When I go back, all right. So now uh, I'm seeing that I have not gotten the console error. So what I can do is I can let me go to sources, and I can just skip over this. I can let's go ahead and skip into this function. So now we're here. Do we have a console log? No. Okay. So now um, I know that there's a problem, and I see the word includes. So it seems like this would be the problem. So is something over here does not exist. So this exists. Supported property exists. Filtered property, BG color, that exists. And then row type is seen. So it wants to look in this filtered property and all that. So one thing you can do, I already know what the problem is. The problem is just is that this filtered property of BG red color doesn't exist on the dictionary. So like one of the things I would typically do at this point, like if I still didn't quite understand it, is I would copy this code here and then put it in there. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly the problem, right? So then maybe I can get rid of the includes. Undefined. Okay, so now the message makes sense. The console message does make sense. Basically, supported property dictionary of the scene doesn't exist. So basically, so now, and we know what line of code that's on. So let me just hit enter there. Go back over here. We know that this is happening on line 119. And then we know that it's a problem that's in the supported properties dictionary. So in the supported properties dictionary, we see that we never create anything for, what was the property again? This filtered property. So in here, I can just type in filtered property. BG red color. And so now we can go look at the regular code. Where are you? And we can see that looking at the scene manager, and I should be looking at back to the console log. I should be looking at the animation properties component. So animation properties component. And I believe you can hit Control P and type in animation properties and select it. That's always a good way, especially if you work in a place that has an enormous file structure. That is probably the easiest way to find a file. And then it even shows you here, okay, so this is until gives you the path to the file. And then, so we know, okay, here, I need to add my new property for scenes. So that's one quick look back over here in the console, BG red color. So it's looking for a BG red color in here. So basically, BG red color colon and an array. So there's nothing, I'm not putting anything in the array at the moment just to see if the console log error goes away. That doesn't solve the problem because we actually need it, and I'll need to add the scene in there, the scene object in there in the list. But theoretically, I shouldn't at least get the same console log error. So let's go back to the console log. Boom. Go into our scene, make it animated. Get rid of this breakpoint. That's always a bit annoying. Go back to the animation and go to here, BG red. Okay, so the console log error is gone and nothing shows down, which is exactly what you should expect, because the array that tells it what should be displayed during the BG red color is empty. There's nothing in there. So like we could say, you know, like right now we don't have any animated lights. So let's go ahead and animate a light real quick. Add light, edit form, and we'll just make this animated. And now when we look over in our animation list, we see our light. Now we wouldn't see it in BG red, right? So, but we could, and we could add light right here. And then what we would see, and there is no background red color for lights. So, and that makes me think that maybe I should just call it red color, because I don't think anything else has a background. So I think it makes sense to make this red color instead of background red color, so that lights, and so that these can all share it. But I don't know if that makes sense. But in the future, I want to be able to animate the light colors as well. So now let's do that. So I'm going to go back to the scene, animate it, go back in here, go back here and see BG red. Oh, I thought light was going to show up. I wonder if I have a console log. Yeah. BG red. Did I save that change? Yeah, it's saved. Oh, I didn't have an animated light. That's the problem. Add the light, animate it. Go to animations. No, nothing. Oh well, and does light isn't it in lookup, and it's not showing up for anything at this point, and we don't have any errors. Oh yeah, we do. So okay. So yeah, now so we have a new error because it could not find this value in. So we basically solved. We've slayed one dragon, and now we have another dragon showing up. Let's see, how long is okay, so this is 11:50. Sorry I didn't have this code sort of move forward to a good demonstratable point, but that was, I think, a pretty good lesson in debugging and using the debugger and all that. So anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye.